Sometimes what makes a mountain special isn't the characteristics of the mountain itself, but instead the views you get of the surrounding landscape once you reach the summit. So with high winds and clear skies forecast, we headed to the Scottish Highlands to climb 2 remote munros in search of those special views.
Welcome back everyone. Today you join us in Glen Lochy, and today we're heading up 2 munros. They're both pretty remote. Ben Heath Garnick, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, and Craig Vor. They're both over 1,000 metres, so pretty tall, and it looks like there's still quite a lot of snow up on the hills. We've got about 5 to 10 kilometres of road walking to start off the day, so I'll crack on with that, and I'll hopefully see you again when we're heading up the mountain. So we're currently just heading along the glen, and I think that might be Ben Callum, which looks quite cool. It's quite pyramidal up the end there, still a bit of snow on that, and we're pretty much just following this along, and then I think that might be heading up to the first munro right there. It's about 16 miles for today's walk, so it's not too far, and I think about half of it is along the road, so it's a bit boring, but once we get up onto the hills, hopefully get some nice views.
We started to make our way along the floor of the glen, and with an improving forecast, we were hopeful that the clouds would clear as the day went on. We could see up to the mountain tops, and noticed a bit of snow clinging on to the summit. The glen was peaceful, and the going was good on the flat track. The flatness was soon to change, as we started to head uphill, gaining elevation quickly.
Starting to gain a decent bit of elevation now. Still on the road though. Look at that view behind us, down Glen Lochy. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's about 1 kilometre though till we break off of this 4x4 track, and I think it's pretty pathless from there on. Pretty much just be heading up the mountainside, but it looks quite grassy, so hopefully we'll be able to make our own path and wind our way up. Oh man, so warm when you're heading uphill. Look at that though. That's some view with that river just running through the glen, and I think in that direction through the glen, that must be Ben Louis. Quite a bit of snow on that one. That looks amazing.
The views got better as we got higher, and the blue skies in front of us encouraged us to keep going.
We're now just heading up, pretty much just making our own path in that direction. There actually is the faintest of tracks we're following right now, probably where other people have just gone up the same way, but we'll just kind of stick to that, see where it takes us. Right now it's heading in the right direction, so can't complain.
The terrain steepened dramatically, and at points it felt vertical, but due to the thick grass acting as steps, we could just about make our way up.
It's completely pathless now and quite steep, but I mean, look at those views behind me down the glen. Absolutely beautiful. Not too long till we're up on the shoulder though, and then it should hopefully flatten out a little bit up there.
The view down to the glen below got more impressive as we gained elevation. It wasn't long till we got up onto the shoulder, and the wind picked up considerably.
We've made it up out of Glen Lochy and onto the shoulder at about 850 metres. It was a really nice glen that. Glens like that are nice to walk up because if I wasn't doing these munros, I just wouldn't go there. Like, it's nice to come to these places that I wouldn't normally come to. Really windy up here, but we've only got about 200 metres to the top of the first munro, so we'll crack on with that. Actually looks really nice. That is the first munro up ahead there. Oh man, it's windy. That's it just up there. Look at these views though. Really nice. Looking down into that glen. Continue on though. Not too far now.
We began the final ascent up to the summit, and were provided some shelter from the strong winds for a short while. The ridge up to the summit came into view, and we could see a bit of snow clinging onto the mountainside. After a short while, We could see the summit cairn just up ahead.
Oh yes, reached the summit of Craig Vor. Oh man, it's windy. Just come down off the summit of Craig Vor because it's so windy up there. You can probably see the cairn just up there. But the mountain is a height of 1,032 metres and the views are really good. I think the fact that it is so windy is just sort of blowing the clouds out the way. So the visibility is really good. That is Ben Callum just over there. And then round there that'll be Ben Morn Stabinian. And I think further over there is Ben Louis. I'll take you up there. Oh man, it is so windy. That's so cold. But that is Ben Louis just there. And that'll be the other munros in and about there. I think we're going to continue on though. Proper cold.
With strong wind gusts battering the top of the mountain, we didn't hang about, and instead headed for the tranquility of the glen below.
That was rough up the top there. It was literally so windy. We were forecast about 35 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts to be fair at the top, so it makes sense. The views are absolutely amazing and it's died down a little bit since we've got down into the glen. We could actually see Ben Crucian and those four munros, the Matterhorn-esque Ben Crucian, out to the west, and I think we could even see Ben Nevis further north. So yeah, great visibility today, and we're now on our way to the second munro. Pretty much pathless from here on, and we're heading pretty much up that shoulder there, and then I think that'll be the second munro up there. Still quite a distance, but I'm sure we'll get it done. They are quite nice, these munros. This area is really nice. It just feels pretty remote, like we've not seen anyone else all day. They are pretty unpopular mountains. Oh, nearly fell there. They are pretty unpopular mountains, so it's nice to get a bit of solitude in the mountains. And it's always nice to get some views, even if it is windy. Tell you what though, pathless terrain is not much fun. Like, look at that. That just looks like a bog fest up ahead. Be nice when we get onto the higher tops.
We headed for the second munro across the boggy terrain, and eventually we started to head uphill again. As we climbed, we were met with what could only be described as the guardian of the mountain. With the nod of approval, we continued on.
We're currently ascending up the shoulder towards the second munro, and we've only got about 200 to 250 metres to go. Hasn't actually been too bad. It looked pretty steep from down in this sort of glen bottom there, but not too far to go now.
A short and steep ascent later, and the summit cairn was in our sights.
Oh yes, we have reached the top of Ben Heath Garnick. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's a height of 1,078 metres. It's so windy up here, but because of that the visibility is so good. The views are pretty amazing. Over in this direction we can see Ben Nevis and the Mamors. Ben Nevis looks so impressive. It's just covered in snow and it is just humongous from every angle. What a view that is. We've just made our way off the summit. It's far too windy to hang about up there. It is bitterly cold. Must be gusts of up to about 40 miles an hour. It's proper windy. So just gonna make our way down the mountain now and back to the shelter of the glen.
We trudged our way over the pathless and boggy terrain for 4 miles until we reached a better path. We could see down to Glen Lochy and were glad to be out of the wind.
That's us made it back down into the glen now, so we've only got about half a kilometre back to the cars. Hopefully you've enjoyed this adventure. The weather's been really good. It was really windy up the tops, but the visibility's been great all day. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, really helps the channel out. And I'll hopefully see you next time for another adventure.